What a disgraceful performance from the referee in the Champions League. I haven't seen something like this for a very, very long time. And we are here to talk about it and also see the performance. It was a good performance in my point of view, but let's dive into it. Welcome to the Arsenal Stand, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. Please tune in and be part of the Arsenal Stand. As always, we discuss the game. This the game of football. Arsenal went to Atletico Madrid in the Metropolitan. No pitch and stadium. It was really, really a game of two halves, in my opinion. As well as we played our best. We played really, really good football in the first half. Had a little bit of chances. We didn't create so much, which was, is our main problem at the moment. But we got the penalty. Gyökeres buried it, which was great, and it made it really, really interesting. And the next thing we saw is, second half getting Atletico also getting their penalty. You know, the main man always Alvarez buried really, really well. And the next thing is we got a penalty, and everything turned down because we the biggest team in the Champions League, hasn't lost any game for now, has been great, waiting and doing stuff for the most of it. And Arsenal has been super, super good in the Champions League. Welcome again. I see Chicken Enjoy already on the chat. Thank you so much for joining, man. Welcome, welcome to the chat, man. Let me know your thoughts on the game, man. Let me know your thoughts on the game. You already say it here. Hello, man. Very defensive game. Of course, you expected that. You expected that to be part of the game, because this game was totally different compared to the first leg. That is the first game between PSG and Bayern Munich, and I really expected that. As you guys already know, you people who watch me every day, you know my thoughts on it, because I said this game was going to be basically either a 1-0, or maybe a 1-1, or maybe a 2-1. It was gonna be just like that. It was draw actually written all over it, in my opinion. If we didn't expect that classic, great attacking football that every other people know, Bayern and PSG play, it's just different style of football. This is like more of a tactical, battle between Simeone and Ateta, trying to change everything. If you can see, even look at the game, that Simeone played. Sometimes he played with three back, sometimes he played with back, five backs, five players in the back. So there was a lot of tactical things in between the game. And I think, it was very, very good to see the game. And I think Arsenal went for it. That's all we wanted. Arsenal went for the game, and they tried their best really to get back, to winning ways in the Champions League, and also get something out after, the only win that you have got actually in these few games that we have played in the knockouts is just only against Porto. That is 1-0 at their home. So, and as you guys know, also, we did win against Leverkusen as well. But the next step is now focusing on the game that is going to be on Tuesday. That's going to be the massive, very, very massive game, and everybody has to turn up for that. And we shall see exactly what we can do. Thank you, Saka, for coming, man. Welcome, welcome. Hey, man, you have been lost, man. Where have you been? We did stream few times here, and you were lost, man. Completely not seen. I thought you were maybe. I know. I mean, yeah, it's life. Sometimes you work. It's just understandable. Understandable. A bigger brother. We are one step away from the Budapest. That is correct, man. Very, very correct. One step away. One step away. I think Madueke played well today. Yeah, he did. I mean, I was surprised that even the lineup alone, man. I was surprised of the lineup, guys. And I mean, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, because when the lineup came out, man, I was like, "What is Mikel doing? Are we going with this fast-paced lineup again?" Because it didn't work against Bournemouth. It didn't work against some of the teams that we have played of recent. But like, basically you could see, like, I mean, everybody was not having it. It was like this lineup, this lineup, this lineup. But I think they did a great work. They did a great job. Like, they really performed so well in the first half. The only thing is the second half was a little bit, tricky, in my opinion. They should have done much better. But Odegaard, I mean, first half he played well, and he did what he could do at this particular moment, coming back from injury as well, playing two games full, 90 minutes in a row. And I think, yeah, he deserves the rest. And as we know, we're going to play Fulham in the Premier League. So I think Mikel Arteta started really, really well. And I believe some of these guys who came back from the injuries, like Saka, some of the guys who started the game tonight or yesterday, in your opinion, wherever you are from, you would see that. I mean, Mikel was looking at the game against Fulham and trying to bring. I'm sure Eze will start that game. Maybe Odegaard will take a rest or a little bit of that. Maybe we'll change a few things. Saka might start that game as well. So I could see that he was trying to balance the team so that he can have me, some other people, outside, and some players wait for the Fulham game, because we still need to go for both of these, man. As you guys know, these are two big trophies that we need to win. And the only way to win is to balance the teams that you have right now. Looking at the injuries that has been actually affecting our team, I think that's why the lineup came on like that. And I was surprised, man. I was surprised to see the lineup just like that. Eze missing, and everybody was not having it. Why do you keep Eze out? Why do you? That's the problem with Arsenal fans sometimes. They need players to be rested. They keep saying Declan Rice has played so many games and people don't want to accept it. If he's left out, everybody's crying. Supermandy, if he's left out, everybody's crying. Why did you leave this way? So we have to also learn that these managers at the end of the season like this, they have to find ways to use all the players in the right manner, and give them the opportunity to play the game of football that we want. Because some of these players have played so many games. Declan Rice, I was looking at a stat today. Declan Rice has been, overplayed almost 3,000 minutes he has had this season. Zubimendi almost 2,600 something. So they have been overplayed generally. And looking, David Raya also has played almost every football for Arsenal, with exceptions of the Carabao Cup and stuff. But Premier League and Champions League, he has played almost every single game. But so balancing that, I think Mikel did a great job to start, with the lineup that he wanted to, which did a great job in the first half. I thought we looked so good in the first half. We had the control in the first few minutes. I mean, the first 5 minutes we should have actually scored. Madueke giving that cross to Nkapi at the end of the goal, that should have actually been, added. Maybe Martinelli was not pushed down, and Nkapi had the vision and a clear look at the ball. I think he would have scored that. And also, you could look at Odegaard having that chance. If he had taken with a different kind of, probably on the left hand side, he could have scored. Martinelli also, giving the passes. So first half wasn't bad in my opinion. We did play the game that I expected us to play. I thought we were gonna like kind of observe ourselves, stay up, stay down a little bit, try to, let Atletico come on us. But we took the game to them in the first half, which was strange to me. I thought, at the beginning, Atletico, the atmosphere was massive. The atmosphere at Metropolitano, I mean, it's just massive. It's scary sometimes, but I think we did a great job and trying to play our football, and we went for it. That is what I needed from this game. I never wanted to get home with either 1-0 or 2-0. So it was massive, man. What massive, massive, massive. Let's see the comments here. Yeah, I think Madueke played really, really well in my opinion. In That was good. Hello, brother. Good, 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 good. Sharif. Thank you for joining, man. You are welcome. You are welcome, man. Like yesterday, I said the score will be decided by the pens and free kicks. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. You're right. Yesterday, you said it. I was actually even about to say that. Like, yeah, we made. Yeah, it was. I knew it was going to be either free kick or penalty because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Atletico Madrid came out in the second half a different monster. The first half, maybe they gave it to us. They were trying to be a little bit reserved, trying to see how we could play and stuff like that. But to me, I think, the second half was a little bit more attractive, and they went for it. Lookman should have scored that goal, man. If that goal has got in, had got in, man, I don't know what we would have actually done with the denial of the penalty. I will come to the penalty. That is an absolute shambolic performance from the referee I've ever seen. You cannot tell me that wasn't a penalty. I'm gonna get back to that, but I want to start on a good note. But I'm gonna roast this referee and you have with all their skills, because I've seen penalties like that given a million times in the Champions League. And even Ben White's penalty alone, I think that was a bad refereeing to me, because it shouldn't have been a penalty to me, because the ball hit his leg first, went to his arm, and he was actually not. I don't know why they understood that Ben White was reaching down to get the ball. Like he was in that position where, where I mean, Should we go there, guys? Should we just talk about the penalty, or should we still, develop and talk about other things? Because I wanted to talk about the penalty in a little bit, after at least addressing some of the key moments that we had in the game, the most important ones. Because I know, like, our, our penalty that Gyökeres scored, that was a clear penalty to me. I thought he pushed him down. He was just like right from behind, and that's anywhere would be given, would be given as a penalty. But when you look at, the one that Alvarez scored, I don't think that is a clear penalty to me. I know in Champions League sometimes they give that. When you look at the one, that happens at PSG, that was totally different, a different style. It's not even related to this one, but I don't know why they gave this for Ben White, and yet the ball got him first, and from his leg he hit the ham. Like, he was just right there with his hand. Where do we has to put his hand? That's a natural position. If you want to fall, if you're falling down, where would you put your ham? Like, I just don't understand. If you understand anything to do with that penalty that was given against Ben White, let me know. For me, I don't think that was supposed to be given. As much as the ball hit his ham, it is it is very clear that it wasn't intentional. He wasn't like really reaching for the ball, because the ball had got his knee first, or his foot first, whatever leg part maybe first, and then went to his arm, which literally shouldn't be a penalty, because the ball didn't go straight to his arm. He wasn't like reaching for the ball, in my opinion. I get that he was kind of leaning down, which maybe that's why they rule it like that. But let me know in the comment, what is your thought on that penalty that Alvarez scored against Arsenal? For me, I don't think that should have stood as a penalty. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So they got down to 1-1 at the moment when they scored that goal, and then now we go to the moment when Eze had this penalty turned down. For me, that was an absolute shambolic refereeing from this man. I don't really understand. First of all, before I talk about the penalty, what happened exactly, it feels like the pressure that was there in the Metropolitan, and also the pressure from Simeone and some other players on the referee, actually turned down or inflicted a lot of decisions in this particular game. Because to me, if you reach for the ball and you miss the ball and you got somebody's toes, even part of the ankle, right? Look, I have the picture right there in the thumbnail, and let me actually put it up here. Like, you can see clearly that that player stepped on, what is his name, on Eze's foot, just like in the box. If you step on anybody's foot, even if it's like a soft touch, I think it should be a penalty. I don't understand why they turned. There was contact, a clear contact that you can see very clearly. Like, if even a blind person would see that at least there is a contact. Doesn't matter if it's like so hard, hard punch into the foot or into the ankle, then you can give it as a penalty. As long as there's a contact and you could clearly see that, Eze wasn't looking for it. It's not like Eze pushed himself into this player, but the player actually went in and just kind of put his foot right on top of, on top of Eze's foot, about like right below the ankle, and he clattered him also. The next thing is, he didn't get the ball. He got the foot first. Eze got the ball first. So I don't understand why he gave this penalty. In my opinion, he didn't give us the penalty. At first, the referee was very clear. Was that a clear and obvious error from the referee to go to the screen? That's one thing that beats my understanding. Was it very clear and obvious? Why did even the referee had to go in to check on that? Why was the one for Gyökeres wasn't checked at all? Why was it the one for Ben White? It was checked at some point, I guess. But like, clearly to me, I felt like we got robbed completely. The only thing was, like, you cannot give two penalties in one game. That was so soft. It wasn't like anything, much. It was like not fully forced, everything. Like, maybe that's why they didn't give it. And I don't understand. Like, guys, let me know in the comment. What is your decision? Do you think it was a penalty, or you think it wasn't? Like, was it also advisable really for this referee to even go and take a look at it? Why didn't he even stand with the infield decision? Why was it really a situation where you have to take it to the monitor to take a look at it? Because for me, there is a clear touch on to the player. That is Eze. The ball, he didn't the defender didn't get the ball. He got his foot. And clearly, I don't know why they did not see that. That's why I'm saying, like, had we gotten that penalty, scoring two, going back home with a 2-1 win, that would have been so good for us. That would have been a very perfect night for Arsenal. But it's still not gone. We still have the advantage at home. And I believe, it's as long as it is going to be on Tuesday, we shall see who is who, and we shall see what else will turn up and who will actually help us to win the particular game. Actually, what are you saying here? Lorente played a vital role. Simeone had good stuff. I think, yeah, I mean, the game of itself was good. For me, it was what I expected. I didn't expect something super extraordinary compared to the game that was played between PSG and Bayern Munich, because that is a different class of football. The way they played it all different. But Simeone and Arteta, they kind of played similar strategy and similar style of football, which I understood it was going to be tough for both teams in all ways. It was like going to be a little bit tricky for even Mikel, I would say, to find a way to you know uh, to to get chances. We didn't create so much though. That's the only problem that I have. We did not create so much in the game. I felt like we could have created more with with Eze and some of the players being in here. We could have created more when Eze came in. He did do a great job. I felt like when he came on, at least we tried. We he was turning around and doing the things. I felt like he did way more than Odegaard in the last 1 hour that he played, which was great. I feel like Eze is the only channel that we need in this second leg coming up, because he can give us, something that no one is giving in the team, in my opinion. So if we can keep him fit, which I think, maybe that's what Mikel thought, maybe keeping him in outside and then probably bringing him in a little bit later. And also, as looking at Fulham is coming as well, we need Eze to be there against Fulham, because 6 points is on the line as well. We don't have to. Um, I mean, we didn't have to win this game because we know there's still a second chance, but also we have to think about Fulham coming on, in the weekend, which was another thing that I think maybe Mikel was having in the back of his mind. But Mikel was also not happy with the penalty that wasn't given, and the rules and everything. He talks about it. I was banned. He felt like it was against the rule. Sometimes they give this, they give that. So it was all a mess to me. But the only thing that I was worried, I mean, very mad about is Simeone and the players and the whole team of Atletico Madrid trying to influence the referee's decision, which I felt like he didn't make the decision out of his own instinct or maybe capability, and then all those sorts of things. He kind of was influenced by the players, influenced by what was going around, because he thought maybe he made a very wrong decision. For me, if it was given, like he had given before, I would have taken it. I think I would have said maybe it's soft or so, but you take a 2-1. You take a 2-1. Who cannot take a 2-1 in the night like this at Metropolitano, where they haven't been beaten for years? So getting a draw there is not a bad result for me. As much as we complain, as much as we talk about this and that, it's not a bad result, guys. Let me know in the comment, what was your decision, or what was your thought on playing Deccan Rice on a 6 today and having Zubimendi kind of a little bit forward. I've seen the last few games now, Rice is kind of playing in the 6, and Zubimendi is up there in the game, probably playing left 8, kind of like that. And I feel like it has improved Zubimendi's game at the moment, which we can see that he Rice is coming back down a little bit, playing in the 6th role, and Zubimendi up there. do you think that is the trend that we have to go with at the moment with the last few games left? Because I feel like Zimmerman has played so much football or so many football now that I feel like he deserves at least to be up there to so that Rice can take that. I know Rice has also played, but I think we look so much better with Zimmerman a little bit up and Rice in the six, which is something I've seen in the last few games that we have played. Which I mean, I don't know your thought about it, but I think it has improved the team a little bit in my opinion. And that's one thing that I really appreciate Mikhail to kind of, look at that and say, okay, we need to change things here. And Rice looks good. I think he did a great job in the game. And I think as far as we go with the game moving forward, I believe we should be in position really to to get something out of this game. The next game is Fulham, but also Champions League 1-1 at Metropolitano. I think it's not a bad result to me. We deserve that, and I think it was a good game. Much as there are a lot of things in between that I still want to talk about also in the game that turned out. I mean, the problem is we do have players that have been playing for so long and they're tired, man. You could see, some of these players are very, very tired. They're knackered and everything like that. But we did a great job getting a 1-1 a draw away. Give me that. I take it because I know I'm gonna go home and then meet you again, and we shall see what turn out. But one step, like Saka said, one step ahead. We are moving. We are moving. Um, let's see what Saka said here. Bro, heart monitor on my watch goes crazy. Why? Why is your heart monitor going crazy, man? Watching Arsenal this season, I am glad we are still in it, and we can easily beat Atletico at home. I mean, when you're watching Arsenal, man, Saka, you better be ready. You better be ready for anything, because for sure you will understand and see, the difficulty and the pressure and the emotions that comes with all this, football. It's crazy. Arsenal can I mean, the chances that Atletico Madrid had, I felt like Atletico had a very, I mean, probably better chances compared to Arsenal. I don't think we even created like a clear chance in this particular game. I don't know. We have been playing well the last few games, but creativity, man, is not there. I don't think even without the penalty, if we had even gotten anything, I don't think of a big save from Oblak in any way. But I think Lokman, man, Lokman should have scored that goal. And Raya, I think he saved us in the first half when Alvarez had that shot. Man, Raya is a very, very good. I'm gonna do my player rating at the end, but Raya is a super, super goalkeeper, man. Without that man, I think Arsenal would not go far in the Champions League. I know in the Champions League you need your goalkeeper to be on top of you. Need your goalkeeper really to be there and perform like every single game, because these goalkeepers in the Champions League, they give you a lot. They kind of fight for you in the back. If your defender is not doing well, your goalkeeper standing for you. And I think David Raya is one of the best goalkeepers that Arsenal is having at the moment. I know David Seaman was there for Arsenal, uh, Jan Sleiman, those best goalkeepers at Arsenal. I mean, but Raya, I think at the moment, I think he's gonna be one of the best Arsenal goalkeepers actually in years. I don't know who's gonna come after him, but I think Raya is helping us to maintain the clean sheet. Look, Arsenal hasn't been beaten in the Champions League. We are still unbeaten, man. Unbeaten in the Champions League. How many games have we played? So many games. 8 in 8. We have played the last few knockouts, last 16. We played quarterfinals, now in the semi. Not beaten yet. So we shouldn't take Arsenal as a bad team, in my opinion, in the Champions League. We have been really superb in the Champions League. And I really, really, I hope people see that, because sometimes people don't give Arsenal the credit. They think, we have been terrible in the Premier League, or maybe we're going to borrow the Premier League. But in the Champions League, I give credit to this team. We have done way better than any team in the Champions League. Imagine we go on and win it. I'm not saying we are going to. Imagine we make it through against Atletico Madrid and then go on and win unbeaten. How crazy would that be? We haven't won Champions League. and we go on to win the Champions League without being beaten. How crazy would that be, man? It would be massive. That would be a legendary team of years, centuries in the Arsenal. And Mikel, if you go on and win this, man, you deserve a statue right in front of Emirates, close to Arsene Wenger with its gold medal, with its gold trophy. I think if we go on and win this Champions League, it will be the most interesting, the most important moment of my career watching Arsenal. I believe this is a team that can do it if we stand in. A lot of people are saying like if Arsenal make it through, we're gonna be thrashed or even beaten seriously by PSG or Bayern, whoever makes it through. I don't think that is the case, guys. I don't think that is the case. The way Arsenal play, if you are like fully attacking and you're going for it, Arsenal slows you down, gives you nothing to run for. And that's the tactic that Mikel has used. If you have a team that is super going for it, they're fast and running, he kind of slows the game down and brings you to the way he wants the game to be played. But if we decide to go toe or toe to toe, or toe on toe with the team that we maybe will meet, assuming we make it through to the finals, then it's going to be a problem. But I've seen Arsenal play Bayern Munich this season. They were fast, they were doing this and that, but Arsenal brought them down to their level where they slowed down everything. Ulises and Diaz and everyone was not actually playing their usual football. Because with this kind of teams, I think if we bring them down, if you slow down the game because they're not gonna use their pace. The only problem with PSG and Bayern Munich, everybody's like, "Tap, tap, 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 go, 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 let's go." And Arsenal doesn't want to do that. And in finals, if you have a team that is defensively good like Arsenal and bringing you down to their level, it's very difficult to beat a team like that. And I'm still very optimistic. I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League, but as long as we make it to the finals, that would be glad. I would be very, very happy. It would be really impressive. 2 years in a row going to the semifinals. Mikel Arteta's record is really, really very, very good. He came back to, Champions League, went to the quarterfinals first season, after we got into Champions League. And then the next one, we went to semifinals. Now the third one, it's still in the semifinals, and we could make it to the finals, which is going to be big, massive for this, very, very massive for us in any game, in any situation. Guys, let me know your comment. Look at these guys here. It's okay. Welcome, man. Big up to you, absolute legend, man. I see you. Hopefully, you're great. Hopefully, you're great. Arsenal was not rough, stubborn. I mean, man, what are you saying, Leon Tao? Leon Tao. Why do you say we are not robbed, man? It's a broad daylight robbery, man. A broad daylight. We deserve that penalty, in my opinion, man. You're entitled to your opinion for sure, but we deserve this. I thought we were good enough. I thought we were. The referee did something. So I mean, he wasn't sure what he was doing. In I mean, looking at the monitor himself, Simeone influencing everything. He did. It was Simeone didn't even get a red card or even a yellow card from trying to shout at the referee, trying to say, "Oh, it's not a penalty, it's not a penalty." If it was Mikel Arteta, guys, he would have been given a yellow card. But Simeone wasn't given anything, even for screaming and standing. If you can watch it, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, man. But sometimes it is what it is, man. It is what it is because you don't expect every decision to go, the right way. But I think it was a broad daylight robbery to me because we deserve this. We played so well. Matches we didn't really create so well. I think these players today, they gave it all. Like the players, our defense, with the exception of Ben White, I think next time when we play at home, I think Ben White has to rest, in my opinion. I think I would start Nkapie if Timber is not back yet. I think, not Nkapie, I would start Mosquera. I thought Mosquera was really, really good when he came on. And I think Ben White is a good player. But sometimes, he got done so many times in this game, and that was one issue we had in this game. He didn't really tackle his attackers well. He didn't defend so well. He allowed them to go and make some crosses. He was not stopping anything. That's the only player that I think didn't do so well in this game. But next time, I think if Timber is not back, I would play Mosquera at home to really, really give us that solidity, because I think Atletico Madrid has some good chances, with Griezmann. Man, Griezmann is that guy is 30 something years old. He's still good, man. He's still good on it. Hopefully Alvarez won't be there. I know he came out, but I think he might be available in the next phase. But looking at it, he was really, really not. He came out, so hopefully he won't be there in the second leg. But no matter what, but I think this team, I mean, the way they played Atletico Madrid, they were supposed to score at least 2 or 3 goals. The one, David Raya had that good save, and Guzman, I mean Griezmann, is his name Guzman. Griezmann going on for that corner, hitting the bar, and there was another chance that they had also towards the end, and man, they created. Lokman should have scored. The only chance that was very clear in this game was that the one for the Lokman. I don't know how he missed that. I don't know how he just shot it straight at Raya. That would have been a clear goal. And yeah, other than that, I think the game was just, as usual, balance and nothing really much, nothing creative. I don't think even Arsenal created any chance with that. There's just one shot that Madrid had, and covering it, it was a decent trial, but I don't think it was something massive in that you could say, yeah, they did something great in it. But I mean, I take a draw. Take a draw. We take it back home and see what will come after that particular game. But it was good, man. Let me know your comments, guys, and we will move on in there. But like, what was your take on I mean, Saka's coming in. I think we came on. It wasn't like I don't know. People were complaining about the pitch itself. I think Arsenal had a launch. This is crazy. They said Arsenal launch. They they they. they they talked to your heifer to come and measure the grass. They thought the grass was a little bit tall, some few inches of it. That was hilarious. I was like, I mean, everybody's gonna play in this grass. Why do you have to call your heifer like to measure the grass? That was man, that was cheeky to me. Like, I mean, I know everybody was sleeping, and I mean, there was at one point, this guy, Mosquera, not Mosquera, and Cape sleeping, man, just right at the beginning. I was like, oh, not again, not again, not again. But it was. I mean, it was crazy. Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, they have their own style. But the good thing is that game is already done, and we look at the second game that is gonna come up in the at the Emirates. I think if we can turn up, we have good situation at the Emirates. We play there every time, and we beat them already there 4-0 in the group stage. And I think if we can go back with that intensity and develop so much from that, I think we will beat this team at home. And I think at home we are a better team compared to when we go away in the Champions League. But in the Champions League in general, I mean, we have been great. We have been good. Like I said, we haven't been beaten, and we're moving on. We're keeping it. Let's hope we get it all the way to the finals. If we get beat in the finals, I don't care. We have made it. We have made some progress, and two trophies still on the line, and we are still, like Saka always say, we are still on for a double, man. Double, 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 boom, 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 man. I think we are going to get into the next gear on the last game of the season. I mean, what do you mean, in the Premier League or in the Champions League? Because I think at the moment, Champions League, we played well. The only thing is, though, Saka, we haven't been creative enough. Like, we haven't created chances for Gyökeres, and we haven't created chances for this. Our wingers are not creating so many chances. Even in this game, I don't think there was a clear chance that you could say, okay, Gyökeres, you should have bettered this, or maybe Martinelli, you should have scored this. Uh, there wasn't like something like that. That's a little bit of a downer that I see in this team. We play, we defend well, but like attack is not yet there, man. There's something missing in attack, like because at Atletico, at some point they were there for the taking. Like you could see that if we like move a little bit faster, if we could like have some good crosses in the box, we should have scored. But I like a little bit of reserved point where like we are not like fully there. You know, we're trying this and it's not working. I feel like sometimes we don't really go for it, or like we don't have the right personality in the box or something like that. I thought probably maybe when Jesus came in, and Saka came in, it was a different channel, and I thought maybe Mikel was trying. Okay, let me put this players who are a little bit technical. You know, Gabriel is just a little bit quick with his foot, Eze there, and bringing in Saka. Like maybe there was something that was gonna happen. It didn't change so much. It didn't change like so much in the game, but I felt like at least we showed a little bit of intensity and trying to get the ball up front. And I thought if when Julian Alvarez came out, we kind of pressured them a little bit, like kind of put them in the back, but we didn't create anything. That's the problem, man, Saka. We don't create. I don't even think we had like a clear chance, like I said, like where you said, "Oh, this should have been a goal," or "This should have been," but we are just there. If we could just take a little bit of it, like a click up front, I think we should be good. But you never know. Maybe in the next few games we shall improve on certain things, and the game would be as perfect, and we could be starting scoring goals. I don't think without this penalty we could have got a goal. Maybe we could have gone on if Atletico Madrid scored first, but we tried. Uh, I, I'm okay with just 1-1 for now, but like, what are we going to do different at home? How are we going to approach the game so that we can create more chances? Because I thought maybe Atletico Madrid did a great job to limit us from even trying, trying to shoot. Declan Rice had a shot, went wide. Madrid had a shot, went wide. Like, but like, we need to get these strikers or even these wingers up on there to try make something for us. Like, we need it for us to win this second tie. I think we need a different kind of momentum. At home, for sure, we are comfortable. We can do whatever we want. We are beating them at home, and I think it's going to be difficult. But we have to take our chances if they come. And we at least try to make. I know for sure Atletico Madrid will go for it at home. They will try at least to get. They will also still be reserved a little bit. If they get the first goal before we score, that's going to be massive, and it might change the whole trajectory of the game. It might change everything. But let's see what will happen in the game. You Arsenal fans are funny. Jamie, what do you mean, man? What do you mean? What do you mean, Jamie? 688, I mean, we are not. We are not. Why do you think we are funny, man? You are funny too. It's watching Arsenal makes me fall asleep. Boring FC. I mean, the good thing is you. I don't know if you're an Arsenal fan. If you're not an Arsenal fan, there's no way you can enjoy it because it's not your team for sure. You can get bored with it, but not every game is the same. You could be excited to watch Bayern and PSG. You don't even blink a little. If you blink, you get a goal right away. But that is the style of football they play, man. But for Arsenal, for this season, because we haven't won Champions League in our entire life, we haven't won the Premier League in the last 22 years. Wherever can take us to the finishing line and get us the silver, you know, I would take it, man. Jamie, I would take it 100 million times. I understand it's boring even for me sometimes, but it is what it is right now. We cannot change drastically, I mean, all of a sudden make this team a very attacking and tracking, and yet we know that's not our potential at the moment. There are players that could do that. We did that in 2022, 2023 season. We had all the chances and everything was there for us to really make it happen, but at this point, Jamie, I think we deserve to be boring as long as we can get over the line, man. I don't disagree with you. You're totally right. Some days I felt like, oh man, what are we doing? Why are we passing back? Why are we just doing this and that? But it's it's a situation that we cannot run away from. It's a kind of football that everybody don't like it or something like that. But what else can we do? It's Mikel Arteta trying to get things done, trying to make things happen, trying to win something. 6 years down the road with nothing in your cabinet, I believe if you were Mikel, you could find different ways to win and different ways to like get things moving. In my opinion, so it's great. I mean, it's not. It's hard to watch, in my opinion. It's just difficult as a neutral, you know. It's difficult, but at the end of it all, man, who cares? As long as you get the 3 points, as long as you make it through, I don't mind about the play right now. I only want this team to win, man. I only want this team to win. I get it's not nice to you, Jamie, but sorry. Yeah, you think you actually play good football? I mean, we do, man. We like you cannot tell me, Jamie, you cannot tell me that we have made it through to the semifinals up to this level and we are not playing good football. Like you cannot be in the semifinals and fighting for the Premier League if you have nothing really going good in your team. Like we are not magical, we are not fairies, you know, we are human. Also, it's not like a team maybe in in the third planet, wherever planet it is, wherever they. Oh, we are not a team playing in the moon. We are playing down here on Earth, man. We are doing good things. That's why we're still in there. How many teams from the Premier League, man, do we have in the Champions League semifinals? How many teams actually made it to the semifinals? This 2 3 years. Arsenal has been there with the terrible games that we have been playing, with the boring games we have been playing. We have been there. We have shown that we are capable of competing. You know, we have been there, man. I I I don't like every single part of football that we play, but if it is giving us some competitiveness and it's taking us somewhere and seems like it's leading us to the promised land, I can take that for the moment. But once we take it over the line and we win the Premier League, we win the Champions League, if God allows us to do that at the moment, guess what? We can now go back and start playing a different style of football that might be exciting. Arsenal is capable of playing exciting football, man. We are capable of playing good football. It's not just the moment, it's not just the time. We have to change certain things in this, society and make it happen. I think sometimes, you're so glued into the system, you're so glued into the style of football where your team plays, or maybe a team that you support, or you look at some of the Premier League matches and you thought like, oh, Arsenal is playing so bad. But we cannot be in the Champions League semifinals and totally we are playing fairly okay. Our game of football is defensive at the moment. It's not like attacking the way PSG and Bayern Munich play. And guess what? We are not supposed to be equal. If everybody is equal in the world, man, life would be boring. Like seriously. I'm sure even your brother or your sister, you're not identical. You're not like very, very similar in every single thing you do. That would be boring. I have even my you have if you have brothers and sister, all characters and differences make the world a better place. So Arsenal right now, we are boring. It's a better place for us. PSG and Bayern Munich, they have been great. It's a better place for them. We will see who will win the Champions League. Everybody is saying maybe PSG will or maybe Bayern will, but don't be surprised that potentially if Arsenal made it through, we will give a very hard run to to PSG and Bayern, whoever makes it through. I'm not very I'm not very certain that we will just get beat completely. No, we will have a chance. Everyone deserve a chance in a game. Um, it's going to be another 22 years. I think you're now here for banter, man. You're not being realistic. You are not being realistic at all. I thought I was giving sensitive, sensible ideas to you, but it looks like you're here for banter. But it is what it is, man. I enjoy it. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks for subscribing. And I've heard lots of other fans, and I enjoy having other fans from different teams. It makes the stream a little bit more interactive and enjoyable, because you don't want to have the same fans only, but having a different team, a different group of people come in. It's a wonderful moment. I am a United fan, and I honestly wouldn't take one player from that Arsenal team. I mean, guys, where are you? You're now third, and Carrick saved you a little bit. Don't think you have all the best players in the world. I think Manchester United still has ability to even improve some of the some of the sections that you have in your team, you're not 100% perfect, in my opinion, in every single, every single game that you play, or in the style that you play. I think you still need more players as well. Like as Arsenal also they do. We need more players, in the attack and change certain things. So I mean, we are not a complete team right now. I think if you think your team is better than Arsenal, I think I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. If you were better, you should have been fighting for the Premier League. In my opinion, if all your players were better than Arsenal's players, you should be on top of the Premier League. But who is on top of the Premier League right now? It's Arsenal with the worst players that they have. With the boring football that they're playing, they're still up there. So a win for us, a win for us, massive. You down is sideways, backwards football. I get that. Yeah, but never won it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it is time for everything, like we say. There's time for everything. Time to to win and time not to win. We have failed 3 times in a row in the Premier League, finishing second, but that will come down this particular season. I'm very optimistic. If all goes well, if we can beat Fulham and have 6 points cushion on, in the Premier League and leave it to Manchester City to play their game. I think that might be, I mean, a good opportunity for us, man. We're still in for the Champions League as well. Of course, I am very optimistic we will make it through to the finals. I'm very, very optimistic, unless something happens. If we don't get injured in the weekend, I mean, good players get injured in the weekend, I think we'll have a great chance to make it to the finals. And how epic and how massive would that be for us to really, really go on and go all the way to the wire, being unbeaten, playing the game of football that many people think is boring. We go on and just practically, we have to be just pragmatic at the end of the game. Go in for the finals, fight for it. Everyone, man, our best player today, man. Looking at the player ratings, actually, let's look at the player ratings as well, because I haven't really talked about each player. My player of the match for me would be Nkapia, man. Nkapia is a classic defender. This guy has won so many deals compared to any Arsenal player in this particular match. Like, he is everywhere. He is defending with his life. He is really, really there. And I think Nkapia is one defender that Arsenal need to get paid this money. However much this guy cost, Arsenal should even not blink, just go on and pay this amount of money. This guy has completely transformed our defense. He is everywhere. He is playing the game of football that we need him to play, defending for his life. And he does it, he does effortless, man. He does it so well. Like, you feel like he is naturally built to be defend. And this Ecuadorian guy, I think he is one of he's one of the best left back I've actually seen in a while. And Arsenal has him. And he gives his all. And I think he deserves to be the man of the match for me in this game, because he was there. He was defending really, really well. Against Lookman, against Griezmann, switching and everything, Alvarez, he was everywhere, winning balls. And I know Calafiori is such a good player. And he gives us a different dynamics. He gives us a different style of football. Attacking wise, I think Calafiero may be much better, but defensive wise, I think this guy Nkapia is a very, very good player. He defends for his life. He defends with everything he has, which is great, man. And yeah, I think for me, he would get from me a 9. A 9 out of 10 performance for me. Nkapia, you deserve that. David Raya, I think he, with the 2 saves that he had, hitting the post and having that save from Alvarez, I think he also deserves the 8. He saved us. He was very good to me, and that's what we can do right now for the player rating. He gets a 8 for me. 8 is a very, very good, performance for David Raya. He saved us a million times. That's a great performance from David Raya. Let me know if you think that is a little bit higher. Second again, that is Jim. I mean, Jim. What are you saying here? If you get to the finals 1,000 times, Hayne winning, PSG are just too good. I mean, I know they're good, man. Arsenal is also very good. We are good at what we do, man. Is PSG is also good at what they do. I'm not saying we are we're gonna be, if we get to the finals, PSG is gonna blow us away. however good PSG was, even in the semifinals that we played last season, we weren't very good in that two games, but they didn't like beat us the way they beat, Bayern Munich. There was not like 5 goals, 6 goal. They didn't even beat us like Liverpool or something like that. So Arsenal has Arsenal, as long as Arsenal people, I mean, people think Arsenal is not like a great team. We are a very solid team, man. However good your attackers are, sometimes you may come against us and not even score a goal. I've seen, you know, Hurricane came to the Emirates, they played their game, and you are like, oh man, Bayern Munich has never lost, and they have been playing so well. They're gonna beat Arsenal, and they didn't. So PSG is gonna be the same thing. But for me, I think probably I think Bayern might age it because Bayern is at home. I think they might beat PSG. They might go. The finals might be between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. That is just my prediction. I could be wrong, but I think PSG might not make it through because PSG defending is terrible as well. They don't defend well. As I mean, I think it's gonna be a totally different game in the second leg. Maybe PSG might be a little bit reserved because they already have 1 goal ahead. But if they go on and score, you saw how Real Madrid played Bayern Munich in the second leg, scoring for fun. Bayern has the capability to score against PSG. PSG also does too, but because Bayern is at home, I think it would be a different, tactics. Probably defensive wise, maybe company might give you a different flair, in my opinion. But let's see what will happen. Arsenal is going to play first though on Tuesday. Then we will see who is going to make it there, and then on Wednesday we get to see who is going to make it through. But I'm very optimistic we will make it through to the finals. If we don't, it's not a problem. It's been a good season in the Champions League, but it's been back to back semifinals. But I would love to make it to the finals. I would love to make it to the finals, guys. It would be my dream. Um, yeah, good at finishing second. Great. I mean, that's in the Premier League. That's not bad. You good at decent defense. What does it mean? You're good in a distant defense, but midfield attack is really poor. Yeah, I understand. You're right. Yeah, our defense has been. Our defense has been a little bit under the radar also. Much as you're saying we have been good. We have been good in the few games that we played, but I think our defense hasn't really improved us in so many aspects in many games. But our attacks is the one killing us, man. If we could improve on the attacks, I think by now we should have been winning lots and lots of stuff, man. Lots and lots of stuffs. In my opinion. But anyway, it's a good game. It was such a good game. I gave Riot an 8. I gave Nkapi a 9. Now we go to I think Saliba. Saliba was great. The only thing I felt like there was a little bit of disjointing moment between Saliba and Gabriel. They didn't really keep, Alvarez quiet. I know they were trying to limit, the strikers from getting into the box, but the two combination, I think they did well today. Not very, very aggressive like I thought they would be. Not like really defending for their life with some of the passes, some of the balls that, made in through. The back of our lines, all the attempts that they have with the Lookman, shot right at Raya. I think, I mean, they should have done much better defensively. We didn't do so great. But I mean, we deserve the point. We deserve the draw. We did fairly okay. So I'm giving 7 for each. So Gabriel will get a 7. And then Saliba will also get a 7. That's a fair one. Let me know if you think that is fair enough. And then when you look at Ben White, man. Ben White, Ben White, Ben White, Ben White, Ben White. This guy is, man. Ben White was our best left back for years before we signed Juran Timber. He was great in defending. He was like great in crossing, going attack, and playing generally game of football. But since he came back from the injury, I felt like it's not the real Ben White that we know. Like he's not trying so much, to play the game and defensive lies. I mean, defensively, he's just so poor now. It's so poor. Even giving that penalty, when you think of that and you look at what he did against, he did for English team as well. It's like there is something in him that is not right. Much as he has been rested, he hasn't played a lot of football. I don't know if that's the problem because he hasn't been playing so many games. Maybe that's why it's a little bit rusty. But like his decision making sometimes makes it so clear that because he said he doesn't watch football, maybe that's the reason. If you watch football, you should have at least a little bit of uh, care and that aggressiveness that you bring in the game. I mean, he's a good player, but I think today he wasn't on it, and I think he deserves a 4 for me. 4 is even much better, but I think 3 maybe giving that penalty away, and his hand should have been in the back. I know Gabriel defends with his hand always in the back, his hands everything, but I mean, White doesn't do that. I had he. I know it's not a natural position like having your hand in the back while you're defending. I don't understand why you're supposed to do that, but like guys, smash the likes on the. I have only probably 5 likes, man. Guys, smash the likes, man, and let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Um. Wow, this player. Yeah, this player rating is. I mean, I don't really. I don't really give so much, man. If you're bad, you're bad. Like Rice, let's get to the midfield. Rice was there. He did a great job defending. I think he deserves probably. I would give him a 6. He wasn't like classic Rice or like this Rice was doing everything. He got won some few duels around, and yeah, it was a typical 6 today. So I gave him a 6 is good. Zubimendi a 6 works for him as well. He didn't do something extraordinary. The only thing I am mad at Zubimendi is like the way he stand. Even the goals that we, what is it? The attempt that Alvarez had and David Raya made there because he was just standing there. Sometimes I feel like Zubimendi stands there and he doesn't know what to do in many parts of the game. So I don't know. He's improving, he's doing well, but at some point he just stands there. It's like not doing anything in the game. He has to improve his game by at least being there, at least trying his best to do some things in the game. I don't understand, but in my opinion, Zubimendi gets for me a 6. Declan Rice gets for me probably a 7. He did much better compared to Zubimendi and Odegaard. Got taken. I mean, got taken off at some point in the game. So I think he was superb at the first half. In the first half, he tried a little bit, played this game, did fairly okay in my opinion, and I think yeah, he deserves to get let's see. Well, I mean, he gets a 6 for me. He didn't do super crazy. 6 is good for him, man. A 6 is good for him. Let me know if you think 6 is a little bit harsh, but I mean, he did 6 is good for him. Look at my wingers, man. Madweke. Man, he played much better today. He showed up. He did have some few shots. I mean, passed his defenders a little bit. Last cross wasn't great, but I mean, I thought it was great. I thought he was on it today. He didn't run off the pitch a few times. But Madueke, man. He is always Madueke, no matter what happened. Play like a, headless chicken sometimes. It is him. Massive game for him, but he did great. I gave him probably, let me give him a 7 at least. He tried, man. He tried. Give him a 7, man. He tried his best. Who else is there? Martinelli, not great. I mean, Martinelli, he's a good Champions League player, but I don't think he did so much today. Didn't have so much impact in the game as well, but I mean, he deserves a 5 for me. 5 is good for him. 5. But those was the starting 11. And Gyökeres, my man, scoring the penalty. Great. It was a good shot. I thought maybe he went a little bit so close to the keeper, but, he's always with force. He doesn't hit just slowly. Got the full force in there, and I think he made it through. So, I mean, Gyökeres' performance, he was great, winning us that penalty. giving us the goal in way, in other words, and taking us back with a draw. I think he deserves a 7 in this particular game. It wasn't like classic striker, but 7 is good for Gyökeres at this moment, in my opinion. Those are my player ratings for the starting 11 in bit. Let me know if you thought it's good. I will get back to the substitute in a bit after getting through these comments in here. Let's see. Don't understand why he doesn't start Max Delman. I mean, he's young. He still has a bright future ahead of him. He can still play many games, in my opinion. So don't worry about Max Delman. He will play. He will play his football when he needs him to play. I think he will. He will. Maybe he will start against Fulham. So you never know. Delman is great. He's a good player, but I think some games you don't need a youngster in it unless you're looking for serious goals. But in this match, I think we didn't really need Max Zelman, but he would have maybe done something, but maybe not. So let's see what will happen in the next game left. But he's a good player. I love Dalman. I love Dalman so much. Um, Leon Tao, welcome back, man. Leon Tao, welcome back. Why are people disrespecting the English Premier League if you only three teams play beautiful football, PSG, Barcelona, and Bayern, and not the rest? Um, what do you mean? Let me read again. Why are people disrespecting the English Premier League if only three teams play beautiful football? That is PSG, Barcelona, and Bayern, and not the rest. Um, First, clarify. I don't know. Do you think the disrespect? Who is disrespecting the Premier League? Is it because with the style of football you're talking? Are you responding to something else? I don't understand the question really well. I don't know if people are disrespecting the Premier League. Premier League is the best football, the best league in the entire world, and everybody knows that for sure because it's very competitive. It's not like a two race every season. It's not like in in Spain where you have Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's always a given they will win the league. It's not like that. And you go to Germany, it's always Bayern or Dortmund. Premier League, any team can win anytime. Liverpool won last season. Now it's Arsenal fighting Manchester City. Manchester City has been dominant for sure, but like it's not a given. It's not like this team will win every season. But I feel like in other leagues, you know for sure that Barcelona or Real Madrid will win, or maybe Bayern will win for sure. Like that's the difficulty of the Premier League, in my opinion, if you're talking about that. But you see, there are only four teams in the Champions League semifinals. One is from English Premier League, and Arsenal is the only team in the Premier League representing. And Spain is Atletico Madrid. Germany is Bayern, and France, of late PSG has stepped up. We used to have teams from Italy, but right now Italy is dying. The football in Serie A is completely dead. No team is actually surviving it. I don't know how they're doing there because that shows you why they didn't even qualify for the World Cup because their game of football is totally dead, and it's actually shown in the league because they're not really being represented fully in the Champions League. So Premier League is giving us 5, 6 teams every season in the Champions League. The same maybe with La Liga or maybe French league or something like that. So we have good football everywhere. Matches is not the greatest football or the greatest players are in the Premier League at the moment. Premier League has turned into a very tactical football or systematic football other than just enjoyable and having fun on the pitch. That's the only disadvantage I have with the Premier League because right now every team wants to defend and don't allow any goal to go through. Everyone wants to be, set piece mentions, and everything like that. But it is what it is, man. Sometimes you need things like that to improve. Um West Dortmund, Lyon, Madrid, stop disrespecting the English Premier League. I guess he's responding to maybe Jamie, I guess. Premier League is boring. At the moment, some of the games, depends on your boring terms, man. Like if you think scoring goals is is the determination for you to be termed as the best league, then I think your margin or your scrutiny, your actually the criteria you're using to to measure the amount of excitement or the best the ability of a league to be termed as the best league is only because they score more goals. Then I think you're missing the point, because there's so many things you have to put in balance to give you, at the end of the season, just to see which team or which league is much better than the other, or is way better than the other. I don't know, but there are ways you can, kind of structure and strategize and see which league. For me, Premier League at the moment, like I said, is more tactical. It's more, defensive wise. It's more of a systematic teams being built at the moment. We don't have, free flowing tactics everywhere in the Premier League at the moment. Everybody's we have to do this way, run this way, do this way. So system is kind of killing the game, in my opinion, and also refereeing decisions is also killing the game in England. There are a lot of things. It's not yet that the Premier League is the worst league in the world. We still have good, football in the league. People are still, players are still doing their best. Managers are still trying to do things that you can see clearly that it's a great, it's a great moment. But I respect your opinion, man. I respect your opinion. It's fine. It's totally okay. Right. I think, yeah, it's been good, guys. It's been good. The only point is advantage to us going back to the Emirates, and we shall see what we can make, man. We can generate a lot of things from this game, and I believe with this team we will make it to the finals. I'm very, very excited to see what will happen on Tuesday, and we shall also, develop something. And we still have a lot of things to discuss as well. Tomorrow we shall come back and again and discuss some few things. As you guys know, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't hyped the stream every day, please go on and hype the stream. If you haven't followed us on X, on Twitter, and also on Instagram, please go and do that and be part of the channel. We are here every day. You hear your views. You give. If you also want to do a collab with me on the channel, please let me know. Go on and give me, a DM on Instagram or X. Just go look for the Arsenal stand. You'll be in position to get rid of me, and then we will organize something. I know there were some people who wanted to do a collab, and we can do a stream together or something like that. If you have a channel, also hit me. We can organize some things and make things happen. This is a fun channel. I want everybody to have their view. And, I use StreamYard. So if you want to join and be part of the stream as well, let me know before I go in the stream. And also, yeah, you can also go and send me a message, on, the Arsenal stand at gmail.com. There you also actually need to put that on the show notes so that you can go there and text me or even send me mail or email or something if you want to dive and get things on there. So yeah, it will be there on the channel, and anything you need, anything, any improvement or any idea that you have for us to do. I know many people have said, oh, you have to do watch alongs and stuff like that, or do more collabs and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I will do that. We're working on it. We have a podcast coming on as well with a friend, so we will have podcasts on the channel as well. So there's a lot of things coming on the channel. We are developing and building and making it bigger and bigger and bigger because we love it, and I appreciate everyone being on here and every time coming on. I appreciate you, Jamie, for giving us your view and your opinion. That sounds great. And Leon Tai also, thank you, man, for joining. Saka Boom, thanks for joining. Everybody who has been on the chat, I big you up. You're absolute legend. Every one of you, each one of you has been great, and you made a day for us here on the Arsenal stand. And guess what? Tomorrow we'll still be back again to discuss every little bit. Actually, I'll have some, at least if you want to be in the team and try to, give your opinion on the on the penalties and stuff. Tomorrow we'll dive into that a little bit and discuss the flexibility of it. But I think we were robbed and robbed and robbed beyond reasonable doubt. In my opinion, we could have got a 2-1 win, but it is all done and dusted at the Metropolitan, whatever name it is. We will go on to the Emirates next time and see what we are made of, because we still have the chance. We still have the chance to make it to the finals. It would be massive if we make it to the finals, man. guys, that stream would be beyond. I next Tuesday we will be yapping here for 2 3 hours if we made it through to the finals, man. Be ready for complete party. I will actually give some gifts, and I will have some gifts around, and if we make it through, at least somebody's gonna win something on the channel just to give us, a boost, and we'll have so much fun together as well. So you can get probably something. I will see what I can give online as well, whether you have a PayPal or whatever way you can get the money, or whatever thing we get in here. We should be able to ship it to you. If you're in the US, if you're in the UK, or any whatever place you're in, we should be able to ship it to you if you have a good way. So we'll give you gifts, we'll give you something, but as long as we make it to the finals, that would be massive. So we'll have a big stream here, celebration and all stuff like that, just to celebrate through. But thanks, guys, for joining. Thank you. Go like, subscribe, and I will see you all again next. That is in the next stream tomorrow. And thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And see you guys. One love, one love, one love. Big up to all of you. Absolute legend.